So much of the success that we enjoy today is because of the hard work and foresight of the generation of leaders that came before us. A good example is former Cherokee Nation Executive Director Mark Downing. In the 1980s and 1990s, Mark helped create departments and businesses that benefited countless Cherokee citizens and which we are still building on today.
In 1980, I was here for that year as the health director for the tribe under Chief Swimmer. We got along well, as you would expect, and so forth, but I had come over from the Creeks where I had put in a hospital and so forth with some other folks there. And shortly after that, there was an election here for chief and other officers, of course. And I thought that our tribe, Cherokee tribe, we should have a commodity food or called donated foods here. I saw the benefits of it, and I saw how much good it could do. And knowing that it was surplus food to begin with, and the government would dispose of it if we didn't use it, and all the families that needed it and qualified for it because of low income and need and so forth, and the nutritional issues as much as anything else. And the leadership here at the time didn't want it. It was the old story of don't give people fish, teach them how to fish. And my response, I remember saying, well, but they got to eat until they learn how to fish. I felt so strongly about it, I came on my own and made it a campaign issue in the communities and spoke to it and promoted it and did it in such a way that after that election, I was told later when I came back to work for Chief Mankiller here, the controller here at the time told me that when I walked in, he said, my first day, he said, back. He said, by the way, it's your fault we have the donated foods program. And I said, well, that's a compliment. What do you mean? And he said, well, all the ruckus you raised about that, he said, as soon as the election was over, the chief then came to me and told me, whatever you do, get that program and get it going. She gave me a number of tasks overseeing the donated foods program for quality control issues, risk management, and that sort of thing. And it was among the myriad of duties I had as an executive. And so it's sort of ironic that I had helped initiate the program and get it going. And then when I come back to work for her years later, then if there's any issues, they come to my lap for me to resolve. So a little bit of justice there.
My name is Leah Duncan. I am the Food Distribution Program Manager for Cherokee Nation. We serve a total of about 5,100 families each month, a total of about 11,000 individuals each month. The Cherokee Nation Food Distribution Program has been in existence since 1983. I'm very grateful for the insight that Mr. Downing had at that time. You know, it's just amazing that he could see that far in the future and where his efforts would take the tribe.
Several tribes had begun gaming in the later 80s. There was a lot of pressure on us to go into gaming as well. At the same time, we had enormous pressures to deliver services, and we didn't always have federal programs that would cover the needs of a lot of people that we were responsible for, felt responsible for, in helping them in a variety of ways. A lot of times people would be just a few $100s over an income guideline and not eligible for a federal program. They live just over a borderline or something of some sort. Some rule kept them and kept us from legally being able to provide a service to them that they needed and we wanted to give them. And that wasn't just an occasional thing, that was a daily occurrence. One morning, as it was, my office was just outside her office door, just a few feet away. And so I saw her every morning when she came in. But this one morning, she stepped over to my door and she said, when you get a minute, step in, I want to talk to you. So I did. And she said, I've decided to go into gaming. And that's how we came upon Roland as the first site to put a gaming facility. I hope some of the things that I've spoken to people find beneficial, and it helps them in some way to have an idea of how things were done, what was done, who did them, how they came about, and how did we get where we are now.
I hope you've enjoyed getting to know Mark Downing. We at Cherokee Nation need to take time to remember those who came before us, those who built up our great nation. They did so much to get our nation where we are today, from businesses to programs, whether it's food distribution, Job Corps, gaming. So to Mark and all of the others that helped build up this great nation, Cherokee Nation says, Wado.